And Terrence Mahoney. Tag this. Wait, I was curious. Who's Terrence Mahoney? Who could this be? It's another dummy channel. But who's behind this dummy? How many dummies does it take to screw a YouTube? Tommy Spermson is Satan's toilet paper. Just saying, blah, 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 blah. R138. Dummy Island. Dummy Island. Toilet paper is supposed to wipe shit off, not rub more on. Heh, heh, heh. So I'm guessing Terrence Mahoney. I have a feeling I know. Okay, I know who Terrence Mahoney is. Thanks for subbing to me, Terrence Mahoney. But he said, tag this. Oh, I'm going to sub. I'm going to, in this case, I'm going to sub right back. And, boy, but those dummies, they're not for everybody. They're a bunch of potty mouths, those guys. And then down here, Delise Productions. You've been tagged in the left-handed draw tag game. Check out my latest video. I'll go easy on you and accept stick figures shown on Fez Night. Okay, but not this Fez Night. I can't even think of 5 YouTubers right now. But I'll get to you. Probably about the same. Oh, in the same like leisurely pace I got back to Joe Schmo. Smothered Teresa dropped by. Smothered Teresa dropped by. The bathroom's free, David, but I'd give it 15 if I were you. Ah! Oh. And then this Phantom of the Drive-In. Who is this guy? You know, I let him come visit my page, you know, but he blocks comments on his page. I'm not allowed to comment on his page. And I don't get, what's your story, Phantom of the Drive-In? What's up with you? And he says to me something about, which is kind of cute, never send a biplane to do an X-Wing's job. And so, but you've been kind of, I don't know whether you're cool or not. You were kind of uncool for a little while. I don't know what the deal is with you. Phantom of the Drive-In. If anybody knows who this troll is, Phantom of the Drive-In, please feel free to chime in, okay? And one leg Heather Mills. Oh, one leg Heather Mills, I miss you. I remember when I ran off with your leg. Wasn't that fun? Oh, she's still a little bit angry with me. She says, my sentiments exactly, Mr. Skywalker. Oh, and then, see, Delphic Gobshite was here. And Charming Nightmare, I like your channel, interesting conversation, cheers. Yeah, thank you, Charming Nightmare. And Frank of the Mountain, and I don't know whether he was speaking directly to me, but okay, he says, it is customary and by original deigned by our founders to have a two-party system that never agrees on anything. This is American, even if you can't see it. The logic was that it would slow down the governing process so that next to nothing would get done, thus preserving the Union. This is American, and don't let anyone tell you any different. Yeah, or maybe a three-party system. At one point, different parties come up, but it usually ends up. There was the Whigs and the Tories, and now we have the Republicans and the Democrats. And I understand it's an adversarial system, much like a prosecutor and a defending attorney in a court system. And there's a lot to be said to have two opposing forces. That way, if you just have one party rule, that's what you had in the Soviet Union, the former Soviet Union. So yeah, no, I get it. It's just that I think the Democrats are, you have to root for one team, right? You know? And I'm happy there's a Dem in the White House. Because if you look, the Republicans wielded a lot of power, and that's a reason to say that one side shouldn't wield too much power. But now it's time for the Dems to undo all the damage the Republicans did. All right. And Delphic Gobshite goes on. She's over there in England land. And she's talking about their parliamentary system. I guess the same could be applied to anything. E.g. good versus evil, dark versus light, matter versus antimatter, etc. Yeah, that two adversary balance by two opposing forces. It's the continuous interplay between opposing forces that provides the conditions for adaptation and survival. That's good politics, however you look at it. In England, we have a multi-party system, which, although it might appear democratic, subsequently divides the vote and thus enables a dominant party to take control, even if the majority has voted against them. And although we have an election every 5 years, there is no limit on how many times a candidate can stand for government. It's basically a system that enables corruption to thrive. Well, you would know better than I would, Delphic Gobshite. I mean, so in some cases, I wish our government had a more parliamentary system. But I guess there's give and take on both systems. And I don't pretend to know everything about how British government works. I mean, I just know, like, there's the House of Commons and the House of Lords, and then there's Parliament, and the Queen has no real power. But, you know, in a way, when we had when Ross Perot in this country was running for I forgot what party he was with, but it was a third party. In that case, it divided the vote. It basically split the Republican Party and allowed Bill Clinton to win. And that's how, even though he did not have a majority vote, he won the election, if I'm not mistaken. Feel free to correct me unless you're some wacko. Oh, have I talked enough? Yeah, as I've said, you know, and there's certain things that I repeat. Like sometimes I do a Fez Night, I go, oh, I so don't feel like doing Fez Night. And then in the end, I'm getting the mood and things start turning out okay. Or I'll get up and I'll check the microphone. That's one of the other things I do. Hey, call it like a obsessive compulsive disorder. I don't know what you want to call it. But, you know, and if you get tired of Fez Night, you don't have to watch, you know. There's new people coming in that have never seen it before, and it's new to them. And, you know, and if I skip a Fez Night, feel free to go back in the archive and watch. The very first Fez Nights are very, very primitive. It's not the same slick production values that you see now, you know. I am not as at ease with the camera as I was before. As I am now, I mean. At ease, the words just trip off my tongue. So I'm going to go back and look at some of the comments at the last Fez Night, and I've been going on for quite a while, haven't I? Let me look at the camera here. Yeah, I've used up quite a bit of tape. Maybe I should stop talking. Oh yeah, and last week I chose whirlpools, and you're in luck. I'm all out of platitudes. Oh, whirlpool, you know I like your platitudes. And Nick DeSpick, feel better, man. I know your pain with the gut problems lately. Yeah, I understand. Boba McGraw, here's hoping it turns out well. Yeah, thanks. I forgot what was going on. Was that before the election? No, it was after the election. No, it was just it was a day-long thing. Hey, my stomach was giving me trouble again Friday because I ate something. Yeah, long story with that too. Wind harps. I need to catch up on your videos. It says, say it, Rain. And where was that? Wow, I had a lot of comments on my short Fez Night. Got a lot of hits on it. Maybe I should just keep Fez Night short, huh? Just come out and say just a few words. Bye!